Now, let me set the scene. It's December the 11th, 1942. It's cold, dark and wet as four men in specially modified canoes paddle their way into German-occupied docks near Bordeaux. The mission? To disrupt or destroy the Nazi fleet gathered there. Well, it may have been one of the most daring raids of World War II, but for Hampshire firefighters it was just the inspiration they needed to recreate the route to raise money for charity. So I went along to find out more. Operation Frankton was as daring as it was dangerous. 10 men set out, but only 2 made it home. Equipped with collapsible canoes and high-explosive limpet mines, it was a raid that Sir Winston Churchill himself said had shortened the war by at least 6 months. These men would later be known as the Cockelshell Heroes. Now we skip to the modern day, where a group of firefighters from Southsea have retraced the steps of this courageous raid, albeit this time for charity, and the explosives are replaced by tins of beans. So I went to ask them about the challenges they faced and how their journey compared to the 1942 mission.
For us, it was a real sense of achievement, and there were some quite difficult challenges along the way. There was quite a long crossing on the second day, which Ray guided us safely across, but at times we were 3 miles away from the shore. And on the third day as well, on the evening, having recreated the third stage, we had a horrendous storm come through, which I think they're now classifying as a tropical storm. So trying to deal with that and trying to stop Ray's tent that he kindly supplied for us literally blowing away. So there's about 15 of us trying to hold it down in the storm. And then the sort of final day was quite a long day for us. It was 21 miles to come all the way into Bordeaux. And I think for us probably one of the greatest moments was as we came under the bridge all together in a line at Bordeaux, having completed the same mission, and that sort of sense of achievement and relief, and just feeling really humbled by what they did. You know, we had a support crew, we had tents, we had lots of support, but yet still found it quite a challenge. Some of the kayaking as well was pretty tough. Some long days on the water, just having to keep going paddle stroke after paddle stroke. So
for them, yeah, very, very good challenge. Probably bigger than most of them we've ever, faced before, even being firemen. Equipment-wise, it was all up to date. Equipment, the Royal Marines lent us stepper kayaks, collapsible kayaks. Support boat was R&I, one of our R&I contacts lent us that. The rest of it was, up-to-date equipment.
I think it's safe to say we probably didn't do as much preparation as they did. But, Ray knows more about the training they did, but
the training was severe. They did down here off Southsea, and through Royal Marine, logic, they were beasted. And that held them up good for when they got over there, because there was no Gucci shelters, there was no putting up tents. They actually had to sleep through the day, in their kayaks. And we're talking December, so it was very, very cold. So the complete length of the raid, they never had time to warm through.
Alex and Ray told me that the challenge was also a chance to build relations with their counterparts across the water, and that they had big plans for their next adventure.
At Bordeaux Fire Station we went and met our colleagues in Bordeaux, and we've made some really close relationships there with them that we hope to continue, possibly even in the future doing a joint challenge together.
Fantastic. They took casualties, but that was the name of the game back then, So, but our final thoughts now, I guess, is for next year. Yeah. And there's a challenge of a 110-mile escape walk. So I've been told that I'm going along on that as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whether it be the brave men who made that fateful journey during the war, or these men inspired to follow in their paddle strokes, they all have my greatest respect. This is Richard Stringer for That's Solent.